up, all National Wrestling Shooters members and viewers? Ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Scott Casey-Gale, the owner, the chairman, the creator, and founding father of the most revolutionary wrestling YouTube group of all time, the National Wrestling Shooters. I do apologize, there were some internet issues, but I decided to redo this video. But anyway, it's time for your Raw and Smackdown live review. The commentators, and I thought Raw was good. It was a free refresher from last week's awful Raw, but this Raw was pretty good. The commentators for the Raw brand were Michael Cole, Renee Young, and Corey Graves. Oh, good. Let's begin with the review for Raw. All right, here we go. Monday Night Raw opened with Braun Strowman talking up winning the WWE Universal title at the Royal Rumble. Baron Corbin interrupted him and Strowman ran him off. Strowman chased Corbin backstage where Elias told him he was hiding in the limo. Strowman whipped up the limo door to find Vince McMahon. Vince fined Strowman $100,000 on the spot for damaging his vehicle, and Strowman yelled that that limo isn't worth that much. McMahon upped the punishment for Strowman by pulling him from his Royal Rumble Championship match against Brock Lesnar. Strowman responded by flipping McMahon's limo. Gotta say, this is pretty funny. This is a pretty funny segment. I mean, Vince McMahon, who is 73 years old, is going to be turning 74. I mean, you can tell he definitely looks his age, and he definitely sounds like he's 73 years old, almost 74. But I mean, that deep voice of his sounds pretty weird, but you know, it is. But like I said, Vince McMahon is up in age. He's 73 years old, going to be 74. So so that explains. But anyway, it was a very interesting segment. Now, the first match was Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey defeated Tamina and Nia Jax. Banks tapped out Tamina with the Banks statement after the match. Rousey and Banks had issues over who's the best in WWE. As Banks walked up the entrance ramp, she flashed a 4 horsemen sign to Rousey. Interesting. I found the bickering between Ronda Rousey and Sasha Banks interesting. Could this be small signs of a Sasha Banks heel turn? Or it could be because Sasha Banks is just proving why she's Sasha Banks, that she's not afraid of anybody. Interesting where this goes, but I think it's just Sasha Banks proving that she's not afraid of anybody, and she's not going to take crap from anybody. And then Jerry King Lawler was shown backstage leaving Vince McMahon's office. And then Bayley and Natalia bickered about the Rousey Banks issue when the Wyatt Squad challenged him to find a third partner and face him in a 6-woman tag. At first I was like, oh no, not this. But it is what it is. Then the Revival defeated the Lucha House Party, Grand Metalik and Kalisto. Scott Dawson dropped Metalik for DDT before covering him for the pinfall victory. Metalik got his foot on the rope, but Dash Wilder knocked it off before the referee could see it. There's honestly there was nothing special about this match. This match wasn't really needed. I don't even know why this match was on there. But oh well. And then during the match, EC3 showed up backstage as one of the many stars vying for a shot at Lesnar status. So, is EC3 going to be on the Raw brand or the SmackDown Live brand? I really hope he goes to SmackDown Live, because in my opinion, he fits SmackDown Live more than he does on Raw. And then Vince McMahon hit the ring before he could speak. John Cena interrupted him. Cena said he deserves a shot at Lesnar because he has ruthless aggression. Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin both came out and said they deserve a title match as well. Finn Balor came to the ring and said Vince never believed in him, but the WWE Universe does. The 4 men then brawled, and McIntyre was the lone man standing. McMahon announced a fatal 4-way match for the number 1 contender spot later in the evening. I liked this segment. I thought this was very good. I enjoyed this. And then backstage, Jinder Mahal requested his inclusion in the fatal 4-way for later in the evening, and McMahon told him to pick one of the 4 men in the main event, and if he beats him, he takes their places in the match. Mahal chose Baylor. I don't know why. I don't know why they did this. It was not needed. And then Bayley, Natalia, and Nikki Cross defeated the Wyatt Squad. Bayley hit the diving elbow on Liv Morgan for the pinfall. Really good to see Nikki Cross from NXT. I mean, I thought it was going to be Sasha Banks, but I'm glad it was Nikki Cross. I'm glad it was an NXT card because it made sense. And that's what made this match really good. I thought this is a really good 6-women's tag match. I had no expectations, but when Nikki Cross debuted, it changed my mind. And I was really impressed with what I saw. And then backstage, Lacey Evans was shown chatting with the women's superstars. And then Finn Balor defeated Jinder Mahal to remain in the Fatal 4-Way main event. Before the match could start, Samir Singh held Baylor's leg, giving Mahal a cheap shot to start the match. Baylor made his comeback and landed a coup de grace for the pinfall. This did not make sense. There really was no need for this match. And in the Intercontinental Championship, Bobby Lashley defeated Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Rollins went for the curb stomp, but Leo Rush pulled the top rope down. Lashley hit Ambrose with the spear for the pinfall. I was shocked. I thought that Dean Ambrose was going to retain. Why did they put it on Bobby Lashley? I don't know. Are they giving Bobby Lashley a push? But what? I mean, what's the purpose of this? I don't know. Maybe they figured that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins still doesn't need a title. What's this going to do for Dean Ambrose? Could Dean Ambrose be in the future Universal Championship? Hopefully this leads to something. And hopefully, because there's part of me worries, because Bobby Lashley was a star in Impact Wrestling, whatever. Since he made his return to WWE, they made him out to be a joke. And they keep him with this gimmick, the Intercontinental. It's really gonna hurt the Intercontinental Championship. Because when Seth Rollins was the Intercontinental Champion, he made it relevant. And Dean Ambrose made it relevant. So hopefully this leads to something big. And then Alexa Bliss debuted Moment of the Bliss with guest Paul Heyman. Bliss announced that the Elimination Chamber, 3 teams from Raw and 3 teams from the Smackdown would compete for the first women's tag team titles inside the Elimination Chamber structure. Heyman came out and talked up Raw's main event and Lesnar's potential opponent before Otis Dozovic from Heavy Machinery. He hit the stage and ended the segment abruptly. I gotta say, I like the look on the women's tag team titles. At first I thought they were gonna look bad, but I was really impressed. I am very impressed. It kind of looks a little bit like the Impact Championships, but I'm impressed. They did a good job. So good job, WWE. You get two major thumbs up from me. I am very impressed. And then there was the main event, number 1 contender for the WWE Universal Championship match. Finn Balor defeated Baron Corbin, John Cena, Drew McIntyre. Baylor landed the coup de grace on Cena for the pinfall to earn a title match against Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. After the match, Cena said he believes in Baylor and hugged it out with him. Really good main event. Now some people are upset that Finn Balor won because a lot of people would rather see Drew McIntyre. But in my opinion, it kind of makes sense for Finn Balor to win. It kind of doesn't. One, because we all know that sadly and unfortunately, Finn Balor is not going to defeat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. And he's not going to wrestle him as a demon. Because Seth Rollins is the one pencil to take the Universal Championship off of Brock Lesnar. And I like Seth Rollins, but I much rather have it be Drew McIntyre. Because in my opinion, Drew McIntyre deserves it. And they would choose Drew McIntyre to be the one to take the title off of Brock Lesnar instead of Seth Rollins' woman to be. It would make more sense. It would definitely elevate Drew McIntyre because Drew McIntyre is a big star. And he deserves this more than anyone. Anyway, good main event. I would rate this for 4.5 stars and an 8 out of 9. I was really impressed and an A double plus and a B plus. I mean a B plus. It gets a B plus for me. I was impressed. Now it's time for your SmackDown Live review. And the commentators for the SmackDown Live were Tom Phillips, Corey Graves, and Byron Saxton. Okay, here we go. SmackDown Live results. Becky Lynch opened the show and called out Asuka, saying the champ is finding out how difficult it is to carry the women's division. Asuka came out and said after the Royal Rumble, Lynch wouldn't be in shadow any longer, she'd be in her shadow. The Iconics interrupted them and talked on their bowling behavior. They said they'd go on to win the Royal Rumble and become women's tag team champions and main event WrestleMania. Lynch then challenged one of the duo to a match. I thought this was good. I like seeing Becky Lynch. I mean, there was some weird, funny segment backstage where Heavy Machinery were there eating pancakes. They're mixing some sort of thing with pancakes in a mixer. Becky Lynch stepped in and said and said it was wigs. I don't know, that was kind of a weird segment. But yeah. EC3 also made an appearance on SmackDown Live as well, posing. And then the match was Becky Lynch defeated Peyton Royce. Lynch finished off Royce with the disarm her after the match. Asuka hopped into the ring and challenged Billie Kay to a match. Kay tried to leave the ringside, but Asuka grabbed her by her hair and tossed her into the ring. Asuka defeated Billie Kay. Asuka tapped out Kay with the Asuka. This was just okay. Nothing really special. Kind of went on a little bit long. wasn't really needed, but it is what it is. And then AJ Styles interrupted Asuka stared on with Lynch, then went into the crowd and walked toward the concourse. He called out Daniel Bryan while tossing t-shirts to fans and hot dogs as well, and saying, and AJ Styles said fans can eat whatever they want. Bryan then attacked Styles out of nowhere in a two broad around the concourse, and Styles put Bryan through a table full of hot dogs. The security pulled him away. So basically, AJ Styles was making fun of Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan last week was yelling at the fans for eating hot dogs. Honestly, and that's how you saw AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. I liked this. I thought it was a cool backstage scene. It was fun, entertaining. But after that, they didn't show Daniel Bryan or AJ Styles anymore. So that kind of disappointed me because I wish they would have showed more of Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Because last week on Smackdown Live, they showed a lot more of Daniel Bryan. And like I said, I love Daniel Bryan's heel character as an environmentalist and vegan. I thought it was great. I like this heel side of Daniel Bryan. I hope WWE does not mess it up. I hope WWE does not mess it up. Keep this heel gimmick going. But Daniel Bryan did tweet about what AJ Styles said, saying he was not impressed, and saying he was shaming AJ Styles in WWE Universe. He said shaming AJ Styles for giving the WWE Universe hot dogs, and showed a picture of where hot dogs are made from, which I thought was interesting. And then the Usos were shown backstage, and Jimmy Uso received a gift from Mandy Rose hotel room. Speaking of war, there was a backstage segment where a cameraman walked in on Alexa Bliss getting dressed, and then Michael Cole and Corey Graves gave a funny reaction. I forgot to mention that, but yeah, there was a segment on War where Alexa Bliss and where a cameraman walked in on Alexa Bliss telling her that it was time for a moment of bliss. So there was a sexy. And rumor has it WWE is going to start having sexy segments like they did in the Attitude Era. So this was interesting. And then the Usos were shown. And then Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali never started. Joe attacked Ali before the match even started, laying him outside the ring. And Mandy Rose was shown backstage where she told Shona Deville she wanted to make Naomi's life miserable and break up her marriage with Jimmy Uso. And then Andre defeated Rey Mysterio. Zelina Vega distracted Mysterio on the top rope long enough for Andre to knock his legs out from under him. Andre then landed the hammerlock DDT from the top rope for the pinfall. This is a really great match. I enjoyed this. This is just a very well done match. I enjoyed this. Gotta say, I was impressed with Rey Mysterio and Andre. And unfortunately, and sadly, he's not going by the name of Andre Cien Almas, which I think is stupid because that was his name in NXT, and apparently WWE's only making him use Andre. Why? Why can't he just keep his name like he did on NXT? What's the point? Anyway, it is what it is. And then Jimmy Uso went to Mandy Rose's hotel room where a photographer came running out and took pictures of them in the room together. Jimmy left the room and Naomi showed up. The two brought around the room before Mandy tossed her over a chair and left. I like it. So this was a very kinky segment, just like the kinky segment with Alexa Bliss getting dressed, being topless and getting dressed on Monday Night Raw, where a cameraman walked in on her getting dressed. This is another kinky, and like I said, rumor has it that WWE is going to start doing sexy segments like they did in the Attitude. So that's a really good move on the part because that's what fans like to see. I'm actually enjoying the feud between Naomi and Mandy Rose. At first, I wasn't a fan. At first, I was not a fan of it, but now I'm very interested to see where they go with this. And then the Miz hosted. And then it was the final segment. The Miz hosted the bestie birthday bash for Shane McMahon's birthday. The Bar interrupted the celebration, fed up with Sheamus' trash talk. Shane made a one-on-one match for Sheamus against The Miz. I thought this was very entertaining and funny. I mean, Shane said he's not really a big fan of birthday parties, but Miz talked him into accepting it. And Miz did give Shane McMahon Michael Jordan loafers to wear on his feet for their tag team match against The Bar for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And Shane McMahon did say he always wanted to be tag team champions if the late Andre the Giant. So yeah, so this is actually fun. This is one of those stupid funny segments, but in my opinion, it worked. And then it led to The Miz defeated Sheamus. Sheamus was distracted by Shane McMahon putting Cesaro for a table on the outside when Miz rolled up him for a pinfall. After the match, Sheamus tried to attack Miz, but Miz and Shane McMahon turned the tables on him. Shane connected for coast to coast on Sheamus while holding a birthday cake. So that was fun. Shane McMahon is always good at turning coast to coast. I also like before the match. I also like how Miz did a Shane McMahon tribute package. So that was really well done. I like this. A lot of people thought this was stupid, but I enjoyed this. But anyway, like I said, I would rate SmackDown a B plus and 8 out of 9 and a 4.5 stars. Anyway, comment down below in the comment section. Tell me what show you like better. Did you like Raw? Did you like SmackDown better? I must now bid you adieu, good night, and goodbye, and bang! And the words to catch you, bang bang. Peace out, everybody. See you for live with NXT review and an NXT UK takeover, but Blackpool review as well. Peace out, everybody.